hotel. What's the name of that?
Mandarin.
No, Museo. Mandarin, the big one. Philippine Plaza. Yeah. So I always remember that. Okay. Any? Isa. Yes, Isa.
Mr. Chan, we know that Christmas in the Philippines is now, you cannot think of Christmas in the Philippines without thinking of the name Jose Maristan.
And I thank God for that.
That radio station at the first day of September, they say
Christmas in our hearts.
What do you think is Christmas in the Philippines without you? Or without you, without your music?
I'm grateful and I'm thankful and I thank God for that, because I guess that song had a long history behind it. Are you aware of the history of that song? May I tell you about it? Okay, wait, Isa, before that I'll give you your CD. Isa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, now I'll tell you the story of Christmas in our hearts. The year was 1988. I had just returned from living in the United States. I was there for 11 years doing the sugar business. 1988, I got a call from a good friend of mine, Chari Cruz Zarate. She was a friend of mine from college, from my college days. She phoned me and she said that that year her high school class from Assumption was celebrating their silver jubilee. And she had written a poem entitled Ang Tubig Ay Buhay. And she wanted me to set it to music because she and her classmates would sing it during their homecoming. So she sent me the poem, and it was a very lovely poem. The words were very meaningful, and it took me about 2 days to put melody into Ang Tubig Ay Buhay. The class loved it, they sang it at their homecoming, and then after that, of course, we sort of shelved the song. It had done its purpose. 2 years later, 1990, because of the huge success of my album, Constant Change, which contained Please Be Careful With My Heart, Beautiful Girl, My Woman, My Friend, it had become a Diamond Record awardee, Constant Change. Belia Tan, the late Belia Tan, who was my producer, suggested to me, Joe, why don't we come up with a Christmas album? Sabi ko, oo nga, no? That's a good idea. Everyone else had their Christmas albums. So immediately what I did was to collect my favorite Christmas songs from when I was growing up. But then she said, Joe, you need an original Christmas song here. Sabi ko, yeah, okay. Then I remembered the melody to Ang Tubig Ay Buhay. So I brought out the melody and started to think, okay, what will I call this Christmas song? That particular Sunday morning, as I was coming out of church, there was a young lady who ran up to me. From out of the blue, she came up to me and she knocked on the windshield and she said, Sir, may I introduce myself? My name is Rina Caniza. Okay, I'm a budding songwriter, and it is my hope that one day you and I could collaborate on a song. That's why I feel that the hand of the Holy Spirit was on that song from the very, very beginning, from Ang Tubig Ay Buhay. She came to the house, and she was the one that suggested the title, Christmas in Our Hearts. And she was the one who wrote the first line, whenever I see girls and boys selling lanterns on the streets. And then I finished with, I remember the child in the manger as he sleeps. Not a perfect rhyme. So after a few days of back and forth, we finished the song, Christmas in Our Hearts. The melody of Ang Tubig Ay Buhay And I owe Chari Cruz Zarate also because the melody was composed note for note based on the lyrics of Ang Tubig Ay Buhay. The metro was the same. So, okay, then it was in October, and Belia Tan, my producer, was already rushing. Joe, come on. So I said, okay, here's the original Christmas song. She listened to it and she said, it's too Christian. So I said, what's wrong with that? Christmas is a Christian celebration. He said, yeah, but radio will not play it because it's masyadong Christian. Eh. Why don't you come up with a romantic Christmas song? So I said, ay, nako, when do you need it? Right away, please. So I composed A Perfect Christmas. And she said, yun, that's it. That's the one that radio will play. Okay, so when do we record? I said, I'm going to call Lea Salonga because, you know, she was the big star that year from Miss Saigon. And I said, it will be a nice duet. Lea Salonga heard it. She liked the melody. She liked the song. Except that her recording company would not allow her to record, to cross-label with Universal. So sorry, Joe. By the way, I'm her ninong. Lea Salonga is my goddaughter when she got married. Next choice, I thought of the understudy, si Monique Wilson. And Monique said, readily, she said, okay, Tito Joe, I'll do it. Unfortunately, that weekend, she went to Tagaytay and she called me Monday morning and said, sorry, I lost my voice. I cannot record. So, whom do I get? Then I thought of my daughter because she had appeared in several school programs, King and I, and so on, and she had a nice voice. So I went to her room, she was cramming for her exam. And I said, Liz, here's a cassette of a song. Can you learn it? What is this, Dad? I said, well, it's a Christmas song that I'd like to sing duet with you. Okay, when do you need it? When do we record? Tomorrow. Fortunately, the song is simple enough, and so she learned it overnight. The next day, we recorded it. Imagine, that's why I feel that the hand of the Holy Spirit was there from the very beginning. It was really meant for a father-daughter duet. So thank God for it. Every day I thank God for the gift of good health, for the gift of another day, for the gift of my family, and for the gift of my business, and the gift of my music. It's a long answer to your question, Isaac.
So how much have you earned from